Comedian Dane Cook has made headlines for the first time in years after announcing his engagement to Kelsey Taylor. Cook is 50 while Taylor is 23, and according to Page 6, the two have been dating for the last 5 years when she was just 18 years old. Cook would share the news on his Instagram and was immediately met with mixed responses. Some of Cook's followers would congratulate the comedian while others would criticize due to the age difference between the two. The comments on Cook's engagements post have been limited. Today we have our comedy hype analysts, Yamanique Saunders, as well as Pierre, calling in to give their thoughts and reactions. Pierre, I hear you already. I want to go ahead and dive right into it. What was your reaction when you heard, of this relationship or this engagement announcement?
Well, I mean, the age difference, I see what some people tripping on, 18 and whatever, what's that, 23 and 50 now? But ain't nothing old in my house but wine, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, we both can't be independent at the same time, okay? I need an in-home caregiver when I get older, so I need a younger woman and shit. When I get older, we both can't be up here putting this shit and have the same depends on. So, I ain't got no problem with it. It's legal, Only people really got a problem with that mostly is women. Women think, what do you have in common? What do you have in common? Hey, man, two human beings, man. What y'all worry about that for? He might not be that smart and might be childish, and she might be more mature, and they met somewhere, in the middle of the age group thing. So I know somebody, I have a cousin, he was 45 years old. He married a woman who was 41, and they didn't last for 6 months. So 41 and 45 was 4 years different. It didn't work. So don't say because of the age, it ain't gonna work. I know some people were closer in age, and it still didn't work.
Right. Yamanique, I want to come to you to get your thoughts and reaction. What was your reaction when you first heard this news break of Dan Cook's relationship?
I said to myself, I hope we don't talk about it on Comedy Hype. Because the amount of Samuelites, the ghost of Kevin Samuels runs thick through the comment section. And as Pierre illuminated, he seems to think that women have a problem with this. And this is a territory in which men like to run supreme, which is why we have all of these sort of toxic conversations about, women being older, women having kids, all these deficits that women had, but we don't really talk about the deficits that men have. This sort of understanding that if I'm an older man, I should be with a younger woman, because who wants a woman that's independent? But also, I feel bad for the young woman, because they do like to try to pit young women and old women, older women against each other. But it really is, the sad part of it is, here you have a man who's already gone through his youth, and now he is trying to impede on somebody else's youth and live his second part of life. And I think that's one of the things that younger women need to understand. Don't let somebody tear your youth down. This is a young woman. I get it. And when we're young, we're 23 years old. We understand. We see a man. He got money. He got means. We don't know what her situation is. She may be looking at him like a father figure. We don't know what her mental state is for her to be with this man. But most certainly we understand that it's not really that great for her. And as far as I'm concerned, I would want to see her live her youth. And if he is still wanting to marry her and still into it, he should be into it when she turns 30 as well.
Now, just like you two have your opinions, of course, a lot of people on social media chimed in on this topic. So I want to read a few of those comments and come back and get your thoughts. So one user said, I need white people to be mad at Dane Cook the way they were mad at R. Kelly. Another user said, wait. So Dane Cook said he met his now 23-year-old fiance when she was 15, and they were just friends and didn't date until she was 18. That would make him 42 when they started their friendship. Yo, where were this girl's parents at? So Pierre, I'll come back to you. And I know you kind of touched on, your opinion, but when we're hearing from people, why do you think people are upset, at this relationship at this point?
Well, first of all, Cleopatra ruled her country at 14. Okay, so you act like you can be young. I know men who drive, or you go to a farm, you see a boy 15, 16 years old on a tractor. So let's not act like age is the only thing, man. It's about mentality and what you can do. Okay, so then the R. Kelly situation. R. Kelly did not go to jail for having sex with age-appropriate women. It was for underage. So if there's a law that says you're under 17, you have sex with it, you go to jail. So that has nothing to do with R. Kelly, say anything mad about R. Kelly. If R. Kelly would just stay friends with them girls until they were legal and had sex with them, he wouldn't be in the problem he's in right now. Let's be real. That's what would happen. So let's get that right. Age, again, what are we doing? What are we worried about it? Why are we worried about these two people, their age? What is the thing? Is it like, what is it? Or do we really care? Okay, let's say she's 30. Are we gonna be in their lives every day wondering, I hope y'all stay together because we're in here for you guys, for your relationship? Man, she's 23 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? She old enough to get married. Shit, people go to war and die at an age younger than that. Let's be real, defending our country. So.
Yeah, Monica, I want to bring that same question to you. You know, after hearing the comments from some of the people, why do you think so many people are upset at their relationship at this point?
Well, let me just make a clarification. Nobody is, I'm not upset about it at all. What I think is sad, as I repeat again, for this young woman to waste her youth on an old man, because he's old. Yeah, he's old to her. He's old enough to be her father. Pierre, please be quiet now, okay? Because you ain't got but so many more senior moments left your damn self.
I know we ain't talking.
I am talking. And very well, my love. Okay.
You're a spring chicken yourself.
So let me say,
summer, winter, or fall.
I think what happens again is this conversation where people want women to be pressed about it. Why are you so upset? I would implore women to not even concern themselves with it. Most certainly, if you are a woman over a certain age, or you should not even be looking at a man who can, as Pierre said, be on the same mental brainwave as someone who is 18, 20 something years his junior. And it really does come down to mentality. And it does come down to this sort of weird convincing that some men want to do to justify their hidden pedophilia. And it is hidden pedophilia. Because if there's anything that entices you as a grown man to a woman who is just now getting into development, then we need to look at the man, not look at the young woman. She is a victim of what is happening.
Oh, Lord, here we go again with the victim.
Pierre, listen, I have dated my fair share of young guys. I haven't dated an older guy. No,
it's ain't old as you. That's
older
why.
Guy. I dated an older guy.
Okay.
Once.
Yeah, when you went to the senior citizen home, visited, did comedy.
I dated an older guy once, but normally I date guys who are around my age and maybe 5 years. I mean, I did do a 12-year younger than me, but
and it didn't work out. And that didn't work out. Your same age didn't work out. Close to your age didn't work out. You're still single, so your age didn't work out. So it doesn't work like that. Just because it's the same age, it still didn't work out. You dated some guys around your age, and it's still you're single, so it obviously didn't work out. Age around your same age. So what are you saying?
Pierre, let me bring that same question to you. You know, when it comes to being mentally prepared for a relationship, is there a range for you, you know, or do you think there's a range where a person is mentally prepared for a relationship?
Who are we to say that that young lady is not mentally prepared to be in a marriage? You know, some women are 23 and married, 28-year-old, 25 and 9-year-old, and no one says nothing. Now she's married, which she shouldn't be doing. She's like opposed to Yamanique, she should wait till she's 30. No, that's their situation. To me, he said he met at 15. He didn't marry at 15. He waited till she's 28 or 23. So let's say 8 years different. That's what you want to say he waited around for. He waited till she's 23 years old, if you want to say waited. I think, man, you know, anytime someone can get themselves married through love, and they feel like they love each other, let it ride. Well, who am I to say they wrong for that because their age is wrong? Man, that's nothing like that. To me, that's nothing. To be sticking my nose into. He's 50, she's 23. If that's cool, that's fine with me. But to say he's predatory and waiting for her and all that kind of stuff, man, you know.
Does age really matter for a relationship to work? You know, we've seen different dynamics, of course, like both of you have mentioned, different people dating, you know, at different ages, maybe older, maybe younger. So when we're looking at age in totality, which is something you were already hitting on, Pierre, you know, do you think that really matters for a relationship to work?
No, if two people are on the same page, it shouldn't. Because like I said, people can be married to each other 2 years apart, 4 years apart, and the relationship doesn't last. Some people can have 20 years apart and they'll stay married. I know some folks who are 70 years old, his wife is 50, and they've been married for 10, 15, 20 years. So what are we saying here? You know, what are we saying? So each case is different. If this case seems, you know, to work out itself out, let it be. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like I said, same close proximity of ages, sometimes that marriage doesn't work either.
Yeah, Monica, I'll bring that question to you as well, just to close out, you know, when we're looking at age, you know, in relationships, does age really matter? Do you think when we're looking at the totality of it, that age really matters for a relationship to work?
This is a conversation that it's troublesome on so many ends. Number one, because we are in a world right now, whether a lot of men want to believe it or not, where it's a lot of toxic masculinity that has very specific agendas for women, and when women no longer are able to have a voice, whether you're a woman that has a child, whether you're a woman that's single, whether you're a woman of a certain age, a certain weight, men want to continue to tell you you're not worth it, this, you're bitter, you're mad. So then when I get into a conversation like this, where I'm trying to make common sense, and then my emotions are being called upon because anything that I'm saying, whether it's making sense or not, is me being a bitter, single, old, fat bitch. I don't really know how to argue with that. I'm not mad at this situation. I'm sad for this young woman because, and if it was an older woman with a young man, it would be the same. I believe people fresh out of high school should go and experience life. I understand there are people that get married early, but let that person go experience life. And I'd like to experience life with somebody who's also experienced life. So to act like there's not some type of mental deficit with someone to be with somebody, we're not talking about a 30-year-old with a 50 or 60-year-old. We're talking about he met her at 15.
Right.
Then, so we got to pretend that he didn't have sex with her until she was legal age. And then now all of a sudden they're just getting married. I mean, how many leaps and bounds do we have to make to see some of this might not be completely appropriate?
Right. So for you, there would be that is a big, a big thing when it comes for a relationship to work, that age does matter. And I think a lot of people, I think both of you provide two different sides. I know that this can be a very touchy topic. Like I said, a lot of people are sounding off on social media on this topic because it is, it is sensitive. It is something that we've seen over the years. We've seen it change over the years and generations as well. So I do appreciate y'all for chiming in on this one. I know it's a touchy one, but I do appreciate y'all for, giving your input and being able to represent two different sides that I think a lot of people can, connect with and may feel as well. So again, I appreciate you both for chiming in on this topic. You heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts about Dane Cook being called out for his 23-year-old fiance? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
In the comments, but be nice to everybody.
What's up, y'all? This your boy K-Rob, and for years, you come to us to get the latest news in comedy and for your favorite comedians. Now you come to us for even more news in the world of sports, music, and pop culture. We're bringing you some of our classic shows you love, like Unforgotten, the Comedy Hype News Show, and more of our one-on-one interviews. We're more than just laughs, with the culture, the leaders in truth, and well, your streamer just got a little more blacker. Welcome to Hype Plus.